All right, so today we're going to be taking a look at the Waldo Dynamics G&G LevAR nozzle. Now I have the full-size LevAR here, and this is quite a large gun, so I'm going to be splitting it in half, but we should be able to keep everything on camera that's important for the purpose of this video. Now, right now, the gun is shooting at about 330 feet per second with standard gas, which is perfectly fine for CQB, which is where I primarily play. But for outdoor games, that's a little bit low, especially for a lever action, because most places will count it as a bolt action, which means you can go quite high velocity. And 330 is definitely not even close. But this is an adjustable nozzle that you can adjust from quite a large range, right? We're gonna go ahead and get started here. We need to remove the magazine first, obviously. And then we need to separate the upper from the lower. And this will give me a lot more space to look at. And then you can go ahead and remove this. And as you can see, I have also removed the mag release from this side because that sucks. Now, we have the nozzle is exposed here, as you can see. When you rack the gun, basically it will pull the nozzle with a little arm. Hopefully you can see how there was that little arm that pulled it. It's honestly going to be really impossible to show. Let's see here. So I don't know if you can see, but there's a little, it's like a tappet plate, basically, that's grabbing onto the nozzle right there. To remove the nozzle, you need to press down on that plate when it's fully open, as is now. So you press down and you should be able to pull the nozzle out. Just be gentle, obviously. You don't want to snag an O-ring or something, but now it's out. And we can look at the one that I have. So the one that I have is 2.5 is what the nozzle is. Now I don't know exactly what that means. I believe that may be, originally I thought it was joules of energy, but it may just be the size of the hole. I believe the 2.5 means the size of the hole. It's advertised as the joules, but that looks like 2.5 millimeters on the inside there, and I believe that's what it is because this is getting nowhere near 2.5 joules of energy because it's 330 feet per second with 2.0 BBs, that is nowhere even as like half. So yeah, whatever that says there, I'm not 100% sure. My guess is that means the size of the hole. Now, if we take the Waldo one here. The Waldo one is super big on the inside. Let's see. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see easily, but the one on the right is the G&G one. The one on the left is the Waldo one. And basically, there's a significant size difference as far as how big the hole is. So you can see the Waldo one is that massive hole all the way down, whereas the G&G one, it's hard to tell, but it basically, at the back, it shrinks down into that little like 2.5 millimeter, I believe, size hole, which is obviously quite a big difference. Now, as far as the adjustment of the nozzle is concerned on the Waldo one, it is this screw at the back. Most of the people that you see will have it this way, where you have to put an Allen key through the front to adjust the output. I do not like that idea. I want to be able to get it from the back, so I will flip this around for me. And this screw is very, very loose, so we're going to have to make it tight, which I'll show you how to do in a little bit. But quite a long screw. I'm just going to flip it around for me to make it easier. And this one also only has one open. It has one massive hole for the gas to go through. and it will be locked in orientation using this these back like lugs here, basically. Whereas the G&G one, it's symmetrical. It doesn't lock into an orientation, so it doesn't matter what way it is. But you have all these little tiny holes that are on a bunch of different sides. I think there's, how many is there? 3. I think there's 6 holes that are all in there, compared to the Waldo where it has one massive hole. I prefer this way. It's more consistent as far as making sure you get the exact amount of gas every single time. This one, if it changes orientation, it could change it a little bit as far as the amount of gas that goes through. But we can go ahead and get started. This is basically going to be useless. I am going to hold on to this because my plan is to have this one that I can drop into it for playing indoors. When I go outdoors, I will have this set to max. This gun's going to be HPA tapped, so I will just control the velocity with the air pressure. I won't need to actually adjust this. I just wanted to have as large of a flow as possible and be reliable, which is what this locking system is going to help us with. So first order of business is this screw back here. We need to make it tight because right now it is super loose. I can turn it with my fingers, which is not ideal. So we're going to use some Teflon tape. And we're going to put it on the threads here. And we can just rotate this around. And this is going to give us a good seal, and it's going to make it tight, obviously, so it's not gonna walk around on us. Okay, and now it's fully taped. And this is also a non-temporary solution, which is what I like. I don't like having to Loctite stuff in if I don't have to. And obviously the Loctite's not going to be as good of a seal as this is. I definitely put too much on. So we're going to go back and we will change out the amount that we put on. All right, I am back. I have a much more reasonable amount of Teflon tape on there, and it's tight. It's not moving anywhere. I don't feel like there's going to be any sort of air escaping through the back. And in the front here, you can see that it still is recessed inside of the back here. If you tighten this more, the screw's going to slowly push in farther and farther and farther. The farther the screw goes in, the less amount of air you're going to have flowing through. So right now it's at maximum flow. But if I wanted to limit the flow, I would screw it in until that screw pokes out and slowly fills in this gap here. But this is where I want it. I want it to be at max flow, so it's perfect for me at the moment. And we can go ahead and put it back in. This is going to be essentially the same thing we just did to take it out. Again, make sure it's open all the way. And there is that plastic piece here that you can push on that grabs onto the nozzle. Now there is a correct orientation now, so make sure it's in the proper orientation. You put it in. And it should be in place, and it is. That is definitely a lot looser than I would have hoped. There is quite a large amount of play there. I bet when it closes it will remove that play though. No, there's still quite a bit of play. It's not what I was expecting. I thought it would be much tighter. Now let's see. Put the stock one back in to see if it had that much. That seems like a lot. Oh no, the stock one doesn't really wobble like at all. That is definitely disappointing. Yeah, I don't know. There's quite a bit of movement on there, which is not there. You probably didn't see when I had the stock nozzle in, but there's quite a bit of movement compared to how the stock nozzle was, which is not preferable. Let me put the stock one in again so I can show you in case I didn't have it quite in view. There's like no, it's rock solid. It does not move at all. But when I put this other one in, there's quite a bit of movement, which is definitely disappointing. I am going to go ahead and put some oil on the O-rings to revive them. Maybe they just need to swell up a tiny bit. Well, regardless, I am going to go test this. So put this in. Because, I mean, if it shoots fine, it shoots fine. It doesn't need to be solid. It would be nice if it was. It's kind of annoying that it's not. Yeah, it just is way looser. All right, I'm gonna go put this together and go test it, and I will be back, and we'll let you know what the velocity is at. All right, so with the upgraded nozzle from Waldo Dynamics, I have it fully opened. I'm getting about 425 feet per second every single shot, which is nice. It is consistent. I don't know the long-term effects of having the floppy nozzle going on, but at least as far as right now, the velocity and the accuracy is perfectly fine, and it is very consistent, which is nice. And I will be HPA tapping this, and then I'm just going to use HPA to adjust the velocity. I'm not actually going to use this nozzle to do that, but I do like I like how it orients itself, so it's always in the same orientation. That's the main reason why I wanted this instead of just buying a higher power nozzle, because you can buy these G&G nozzles in all sorts of different sizes. So you can get ones that are way higher power or way lower power, but they're all going to be the same where they float around. They don't actually lock into an orientation, which is what I definitely wanted on mine. So that is that's that video. And I'm going to let you guys go. Adios. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if this video was useful for you. And make sure you check out the link down below. That is a link to our Discord server, and you are welcome to join. All right? Have a nice day.